Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Avery and today I am here to tell y'all a story. It's not a storytime video like the typical YouTuber storytime videos is, but I really wanted to talk about how this book has influenced me to write my own truth and story. This is not going to be a review about The Hate You Give. There are plenty of reviews of this book out there in the world that are absolutely fantastic, and I can't do them justice, or I can't get on that level. I finished this book earlier today. I've been listening to it on audio for almost a week now, and I finally finished it today. I think I listened to 5 hours straight of this book today, and I just feel this hangover, this book reading hangover after reading this book. I was just in this state of mind where I'm like, I don't really want to read anything else. This book sheds light on a subject that I didn't know about that greatly. I knew stuff that goes on this book occurs in real life, but it was so interesting to see it from a perspective of someone living in it, even if it is fictional, and it just influenced me in a way that I just cannot describe. I really enjoyed this book, and it has influenced me to tell my own story and my own truth. My truth is not as deep as, say, the Black Lives Matter movement and speaking up for your race or anything like that. Not that big or deep, but ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to be a writer. I have written so many stories in my past, many of them unfinished, because I have a problem of starting stories, getting somewhat of an outline down, mostly only the beginning, and I never actually finish them, which is unfortunate because it's been a dream of mine to write a novel, and I have the horrible habit of not being able to finish it or not knowing how to finish it. I'm really hoping to break that cycle, but after reading The Hate You Give, I went back home to my apartment and just sat in my room, and I was like, I don't want to read anything else. Nothing I think will impact me in such a way. I want to read a book that'll give me that same feeling. And right now I don't know if I have any of those books. Off the top of my head, I didn't think so. So instead of reading, I decided to watch a bunch of trailers and clips about The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas and the movie coming out in October. After an hour or 45 minutes of me just watching clips, I just sat up in my bed and was like, I need to write. And I have not had that feeling in so long. I had a similar feeling last semester when I really wanted to write about one of my chronic illnesses that I have. But again, I did not know how to portray it. I did not know how to end it. I didn't know what to do with it. And I want to inform more people about this disorder, but I don't know how to, which is unfortunate because I want to so desperately. So I ended up writing last semester only a chapter about it because I have a horrible thing of not knowing how to end my stories. So when I got that urge today to start writing, it was kind of like a, whoa, I have not felt this way in so long. I used to love to write. I would write every day back in middle school or elementary school because it was just so fun. And I just want to talk about what I did that day, or even write about a fictional story. My mom even one time came across one of my journal entries that I decided to type up on our family's computer, and came across it a year or two ago and was like, Avery, did you write this? And I was like, yeah, that was middle school, Mom. She was like, well, you can write. And I was like, no. That was legit only a chapter of something that I had a dream about, so I decided to write about it. And she was like, well, you need to write more. And I was like, I wish I could. I just have no oomph or need. I don't have this need, and I want to get it back. And I haven't really talked about writing on this channel because I don't really like discussing it myself, because I have such a difficult time with it. I only have these moods, like I said, these moods of I need to write right now, that kind of thing. And me just forcing myself to sit down and write every day, I think wouldn't be good, but then that's the only way to get something flowing. It's just so complicated for me, and I don't really like watching other people's videos about writing, AuthorTube. I respect those people greatly, but I can't personally watch those videos just because I just get so intimidated or let down that I can't write myself. Like, it's not something that I enjoy, and I think it lowers my self-esteem greatly. So I haven't really put myself out there in the writing community because I have not written anything in a long time. I've always wanted to. My dream for forever has been to write a novel, but I decided the more practical route was to become a teacher, which I still want to become a teacher. I love kids, so I really want to help educate those who need to be influenced. But I sometimes thought that, oh, what if I just become a teacher and write on the side? After thinking about that, I'm like, that can't happen because I'm not a writer. I can't write. I'm a failure. I haven't written anything ever worth publishing or finished anything, that is. And I'm really hoping to change that. I really wanted to speak my own truth and hopefully write about something that will affect people, because another issue that I have with writing is that I want to write something that will influence people. There was a time in middle school where our teacher told us to put together a presentation of what we wanted to do when we grew up. Other people picked doctors, cowboys, astronauts, even writers. I, however, put mine together of just wanting to inspire people, which apparently was the outlier in those groups. I didn't pick a specific profession. I just wanted to inspire people and influence people, hopefully, even when I was 12. That's all I wanted to do. I've always been hoping that I could do that, and I've also just been putting off writing because I always think I don't really have that much to say, and I don't think that I have something to write about that could influence other people or inspire other people, because this book inspires so many, and it inspired me so much. So my hope and dream is to write something this good and this influential, but honestly, I don't know if that'll happen. Hopefully that does. My truth isn't as pronounced or as relevant as, say, the Black Lives Matter movement, but I'm hoping that it will shed some light on certain people in the world. So, as I said before, earlier today, I immediately sat up and was like, I need my laptop. I need to write right now. It needs to happen. I have something to say, which I've only written a couple paragraphs, but at least it's a start. I've gotten my creative juices flowing, you could say. But there's just something in my life that ever since I was little has affected me. And I don't know personally anyone else who has gone through this, which there are a bunch of people out there in the world who have. So I think it's disappointing that we don't really have a voice in the community of this disease. Obviously, it's talked about. If you didn't know, I have celiac disease. It's talked about somewhat. Most people don't know what it is. A lot of people don't. And if y'all are curious as to what it is or what I'm even talking about, I'll just leave a link down below to a video where I explain what disease I have, because I don't really want to go into it in this. I just want to say that I wish more people understood the struggles of it, because it's not just a freaking food allergy. It's not even an allergy. I just think this could be something great for me. I hope it could be something great for me. I'm like praying to God that I end up finishing this. Even though I've only written a couple paragraphs, and like I started writing today, like I believe like it's at least a start for me. And I hope that I can write this story. I want to write it so badly. And I just want to like at least get out an outline of something, which I have a horrible time with because I never know how to end things. Because I base a lot of my writings off of what I have experienced personally, and nothing has like ended for me. My life hasn't ended, or there's not been a big ending for me, and there hasn't been a great love in my life. There hasn't been like a great tragedy that has influenced me so greatly that my whole life changes. Like that's a lot of what books are based off of, and I have not experienced those. Yes, I have dealt with many things health-wise, but I have not experienced something that I think is noteworthy, book-worthy, anything like that that could influence a story. So I'm going to have to think of something up in my mind, which kind of is hard for me. I know I have an imagination and all that, and I think I could do it. It's just, it's so hard to like think about how a book should end, because I never think of that. I don't know how to end a book ever. And if you have tips, please let me know. I'm dying to know, because I don't even know how this is gonna end. This book is gonna end, or what's going to be the big plot point in the story, because every story needs to have a big plot point. Because if you just follow a person's life from A to B, beginning to end of a story, and like nothing really happens, that's not an interesting story. And everything happens in someone's life, that's something major, but I just can't like come up with something on the spot. My own personal experiences with having something major in my life, I don't think could apply in this situation. I don't think it needs to apply in this situation. This doesn't need to apply in her story. And I'm gonna have to get my creative juices flowing, because I desperately want to do this. It's going to be very hard for me. I already know that. It's gonna be a challenge. I have school all the time. I'm taking 16 hours this semester. And I have homework, I have exams, I have papers to write that I don't like to write. And I really hope that I pull through, because this is something I have been wanting since I was a little girl. I'm hoping I can shed some light on certain people in our community, because we have not really been all that talked about, and a lot of people don't know about us. So I want to tell our story as best as I can. Hopefully I can do it justice. And I know this is a long shot. I've only written a paragraph or two, but I just have this feeling that hopefully I'm going to write something great. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't. I really hope I don't go back into that part of me that just like gives up because I don't know what to write about, or I don't know how it's gonna end, so I just stop writing. I hope that doesn't happen in this situation, because this means a lot to me. So yeah. I know this wasn't a usual video. I didn't really talk about a book all that much, but I wanted to talk about how I'm feeling and what I'm doing, and I thought that this would be a great platform to let those feelings out, and hopefully me putting out this video will motivate myself to actually write more and actually finish the book that I'm considering writing. So thank y'all for watching. If you had even stayed for this long, I really appreciate it. And please, if you have any advice, love to hear it. Love to hear it. And yeah, anyways, thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all soon with another video. Bye.